Welcome to Inside the Pinnacle Bank Championship. It's Championship Sunday live from the club at Indian Creek. Hurrdat Sports and Hurrdat Media, the premier podcast and social media sponsor of the Pinnacle Bank Championship. It is a beautiful, magical day here.
It's Christmas.
It is Christmas, according to Kevin Price on yesterday's show, here at Indian Creek. And where we stand, 9 PGA cards are still up for grabs. Of course, 25 will be given, but 16 have already locked their spot in the top 25. So 9 are available. Who will those go to? We'll have to find out. There's plenty across the board atop the leaders. With Anna Bellinghausen, I'm Andrew Rogers, joined by Josh Peters of Omaha Men's Golf. Josh, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And a special moment for you, and you kind of can't get away from this place.
No.
This is Josh's home course, and he's all about the Korn Ferry Tour. Even his team. We found out that 4 of your guys are caddies out here.
Yeah, just for the week, yeah.
Name drop. Let's hear. Who were they caddying for? You remember?
A couple names. Van Dorn, I think.
Ashton?
And then, Fisk. Stephen Fisk. I can't remember. What's his name? Marty Dow, yeah. And then another one I forgot.
Playing.
Yeah, Marty Dow's out on the course right now, too.
So who's out on the course with him then?
Chris Atkinson. So I'm going to go out watch him caddy.
Are you just going to cheer
the
him?
caddy. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's what I'm going to do.
Cheer or chirp. There's a big distinction there.
Yeah. If he gets a good yardage, you cheer for the caddy. Forget the player.
You forget the player, of course. Yeah, only the caddy.
I don't know if I'd be more nervous to be the golfer or the caddy, honestly.
Personally, I would probably be nervous to be the caddy, especially with these guys, because they got a lot on the line. So
right.
You don't want to give a bad yardage.
Totally.
I think the golfer has more on the line, though, especially.
Well, exactly.
Well, of course,
that's why I would be nervous to be the caddy, because.
But didn't you ask if you'd be more nervous to be the golfer or the caddy?
Yeah.
I'd be more nervous to be the golfer.
Well, of course.
Well, of course, but these caddies have a lot on them. They're like college students.
So was it a rhetorical question?
Sure. Don't answer it. I wasn't asking you. I was asking Josh.
Asking Jed. Fair enough. Josh, a senior from Omaha, a hometown kid, Millard North.
Yep.
Millard North. And this, obviously, being your home course, you play it often. What's it like coming and watching golf here and not playing?
It's strange. Me and my roommate, PK, I call him PK, we came out here and watched, and it is just so... It's really cool seeing the whole setup and then seeing the players play the course and just to see how they play it compared to how we usually play it. And there's definitely a difference out there. The course is always in great shape. Shout out to Jim, the superintendent. He makes the course in perfect shape, especially for when we play.
It's crazy that a public course can look this nice.
I know. Yeah, I know. It seems like it could be easily a private course, especially. But yeah, it's really cool coming out here, seeing the course play this hard too. When the course is done or when the tournament's done, we got to come out here and qualify. And the rough is still super thick. The greens are still firm. They're still fast. So we definitely have our work cut out for us when we get back during the season.
Yeah, with the tee boxes as far back as they are those where you guys also tee off from?
Not always the case. So especially during our home invite, Coach Porter kind of mixes up the tee boxes, kind of puts it up. We definitely don't play some of the back tee boxes that they play. The course gets really long, especially with the rough this thick. When we play in the spring, the wind is definitely blowing.
Yeah, 7,000 plus yards.
Yeah, it gets really tough out there, especially with the wind, because it can definitely blow out here, and I'm already seeing that it looks like it's gonna blow a little bit today, which will be interesting.
Plenty of crazy scenarios to get to as well, but where I want to start is there's a 3-way tie for first currently. 13 under is the score to beat Ben Taylor. I called him the Eagle Machine yesterday. He eagled 3 times. He shot 9 under. That ties a course record. Have you ever shot 9 under on this course?
No, I have not.
He's looking to earn his second PGA card. Last graduated in 2019. It's the 3rd time, though, he's inside the top 3 after 54 holes this season, so not unfamiliar territory for Taylor. That's what I was trying to get to.
What was the nickname you gave him?
Yesterday I gave him the nickname Big Ben Taylor, which really set me up for failure because he's from England. He's from London.
Oh, really?
And he's like, I've already gotten that nickname before. And I'm like, I'll just see myself out.
It was hilarious to watch, honestly. I was laughing.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, too, because Anna was like, we should call him Big Ben Taylor. I'm like, that's great because he's from London. And it's like, we can get behind that. So where this came about, Vincent Norman is from Sweden, and I came across an article that nicknamed him the Sweet Swinging Swede.
Oh.
And it was like a really like rolled off the tongue, nice type of nickname. And he's like, I've never heard that before. It's awesome. So I got hyped up about these nicknames. So then I go into Ben Taylor territory and call him Big Ben. And he's like, yeah, I've heard that one. And I'm like, yep. Sweet.
I had to look away at one point. I was like, oh, God.
Thanks.
Andrew.
Yeah. Cringe moment.
Yeah, it was pretty
I don't know you.
But I don't know you yet.
I turned my polo inside out.
Work here. Taylor Montgomery also up on the leaderboard. Bogey-free card on Saturday, looking to avenge a 26 he had at the Pinnacle Bank Championship last year and on the Korn Ferry Tour Finals last year.
Ridiculous, yeah. Just barely.
He was the first to ever do it, to get 26th in both the Pinnacle Bank Championship and the Korn Ferry Tour regular season point totals and the Korn Ferry Tour Finals, which is pretty crazy. He is getting his card this weekend and is one, obviously.
I asked him about that, and I was like, what do you think it'll feel like once you get that card? He's like, hopefully a lot of drinks. And I was like, you deserve it, man.
That's how I feel after this weekend. Hopefully a lot of drinks. Long days, lots of drinks. I think everybody's feeling that way. You could ask anybody here that was working this event, and they would say the same thing.
Everyone has like a little grin on their face. I'm like, I know what's happening after this.
Yeah. So Taylor Montgomery, obviously one of the favorites to win. And last up on the list, Philip Knowles. So Philip Knowles is interesting because a win and only a win will give him his PGA card. And he's sitting outside of the top 25 coming into this week. Around, I think 87 was his number. And now he's in position to chase his first ever tour championship, for one, but his first PGA card, as I said. So I'm going to throw a curveball. Normally, I give the story. I've been giving stories about players throughout the tournament, and it's been toward the latter part of our episodes. But today, I'm going to start at the front because we're going to talk about Philip Knowles. So since this is the perfect segue, I actually had a different story planned. I was going to give a story on Akshay Bhatia, but I chose to go the Philip Knowles route because it just comes full circle with the theme of Championship Sunday. So Philip Knowles came to Omaha with uncertain future plans. He actually booked 2 different flights out of the city because he really didn't know what decided his fate this weekend. He could depart Nebraska with a PGA Tour card, or he would have a 3-month break until the second stage of Q School. It was one or the other. He didn't really know what he was going to do, so he's a business management major, so he's like, I'm going to manage my my situation and book two tickets, right? That makes sense. So, as I said, started at 87 in the Korn Ferry Tour points rankings. Improvement to 85 meant final stage of Q School. Nah. 75 meant a spot in the Korn Ferry Tour finals. Nah. How about winning the whole damn thing? That's what this guy is on pace to do. At 13 under, tied for third through 54 holes, Knowles is the only player on the leaderboard projected to move in the top 25. That is impressive. A feeling of security, you could say. One that we've heard pays dividends to golfers on this tour when you feel that the pressure isn't fully on. You're feeling that sense of safety. It, in turn, leads to performing at a better rate. Philip Knowles exactly how to control the pressure. Did you hear that? Philip Knowles. Wow. Exactly how to control the pressure that surrounds him on Championship Sunday. We can't get enough of Cinderella stories like this on this show, so I had to tell that one because even though it's the storyline coming into the day, and it may not be a story on his life as I've been given the past 2 stories, but this is a story that carries great importance.
Totally. That's crazy. I can't imagine feeling that like pressure of I might have to go back to Q School. It's not a place where anybody wants to go back to, especially if you have your aspirations right in front of you at this tournament, and a first place win will send him a PGA Tour card. How have you handled pressure in tournaments? Like, what is the mindset of a golfer when you know something like that big is on the line?
Yeah, well, I mean, pressure, you have to deal with that every time you play in a tournament. I mean, there's always something you're playing for, and the best way to do it is to not think about it, I would say. I mean, you really want to go into a tournament with just nothing in your mind because all you want to do is be in the present, you know. So if you kind of get into that wormhole of just kind of thinking about, you know, what happens after or how I do or, you know, if I play well, then I do this, like, you know, then you kind of lose it. So you got to stay in the present, just, you know, plug along, one shot at a time, you know.
Right, you don't want to be crunching the numbers of, hey, I need to get this at this hole to end up being this, or whatever it may be, whatever your goal is in the tournament. What do you do to kind of take that pressure off? How do you focus in every single putt, shot, whatever it may be?
I mean, I have a lot of things that I do. You know, preparing for the tournament, as far as it goes, I always just try to, like, you know, I go hole by hole before a tournament, you know, just see what I should do. So when I get to that point, instead of, you know, thinking about the shot, I just know what I'm doing. I just pull out the club. You know, during the tournament, you know, I'll have, you know, like a song in my head or something like that, just something to get my head kind of off of the broad spectrum of it.
What song?
Any song. You know, honestly, it's whatever song Coach Porter has in the van. Probably a lot of country.
It's
that's
a Porter song.
Yes, a lot of country, I would say. You know.
Good catch.
Thank you. But yeah, you know, once you get into that rhythm, though, it gets easier and easier to just, you know, play golf and not think about it. So, you know, you kind of get into that almost autopilot kind of mode.
We were talking earlier, Andrew, about how golfers warm up. Can you take us through, like, your typical warm up and how like ritual, like, is it? You do it every single time, or do you switch things up? What is it like for a golfer?
And before you get to the course too, like, do you eat like the same meal every morning?
Day,
let's hear a Josh Peters day. If you were playing Championship Sunday, take us through your morning.
Okay, well, I always like to get up early. Probably if you have an afternoon tea time, I really hate sleeping in. So, but you know, you don't have that problem in college for sure. I mean, you're getting up at 5:30 or whatever for the tournament. So I always get a light breakfast, because if I eat too much, which I do way too often, then I get really full or whatever on the course. So, you know, light breakfast, get to the course, definitely listen to something, you know, music. If I don't already have something in my head, I gotta, you know, put the music on, gotta get something going, and then I'll get to the course. I'll start with some putting, you know, just a lot of lag putts, just get the feel for the greens. Then get a bucket of balls. I'll hit balls. I always hit the same clubs. You know, I'll hit 54, then pitching wedge, then 8-iron, then 5-iron, then 3-wood driver. So I do that every time, I guess. You know, looking back, I guess I do the same thing every time. You know, then I'll do chipping, and then I'll finish it off with more putting, but focusing more on, like, making putts, because you want to get your mind into making putts. So, you know, I always try to, like, make as many putts as possible, even if it means just putting 3-footers, you know. So
I know you aspire to grow big on TikTok. This is what you need to do next. You need to put your routine on TikTok. You'd blow up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, that's the video. That's the video you're missing on Josh Peters' TikTok.
Like, I want to
page.
see you, like, getting out of bed, brushing your teeth, and then, like, driving to the course and everything.
Little
do a
day in the life.
Yeah, exactly. Day in the life, Josh Peters.
Yeah.
Speaking of social media, you can follow Hurrdat Sports on social media, the premier social media and podcast sponsor of the Pinnacle Bank Championship. We've been pushing out content like nobody's business. I mean, the amount of content that we pushed out yesterday, we could probably fill up all 4 of those porta potties with if we just stacked it. Stacked all the content up. Those porta potties over there would be full.
Horrible analogy.
But
shout out to Grace and Sasha for helping us push out that content.
Absolutely.
We
wouldn't have been able to do it without them. We would not have been able to do it without them. Now, Josh, another thing I want to get out of you is, since you are a native, you've attended the Korn Ferry Tour in the past. Yeah. Well, give me your favorite memory. What moment sticks out in your mind that you can remember that's like, I'll never forget that in my golf fan career?
Well, before this tournament, before it was like the last tournament in the season where they give out the cards, it was they had a tournament at Indian Creek that you can play, and if you win, then you qualify for the tournament. So that was really cool, because, you know, I never qualified, but it was cool because there was some friends that I knew. I think Alex Shockey, you know, he played for Iowa. He goes to the same swing coach as me, like, would qualify, and they had, like, Monday qualifiers for here. So watching the locals play is really cool, because, you know, I have a connection with them. So when I see them out playing, you know, inside the ropes, under pressure, it's really cool, because, you know, I can ask them after, like, hey, like, how was it? Like, what's it like? You know, how is it different? You know, it's really cool watching the locals. Scott Kucheski, it's cool watching him. I know he's playing right now. I'll probably watch him today. So just something like that, and then kind of seeing how, you know, what's it like for them, you know, kind of getting that insider information.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have seen some golfer. It's cool seeing the golfers play here. I'm going blank with a golfer that I watched a couple years ago that he was playing in, and now he's big on the PGA.
Scotty Scheffler.
No,
Sung J M.
Yep, that was him. I remember.
Hey.
That
was going to be my first guess, but then I don't know why I went with Scheffler.
I would say that memory kind of sticks to me. Me and my friends were watching him play. He was in the mix to win it, and it was cool because his dad was right there watching him, and then he would just come in, and I'm like, watching him. He's a great golfer, and he's zoned in. And then next thing I know, he's on the PGA tearing it up. So that's pretty cool.
Geez, Josh, where were you to catch my papers over here?
I don't know.
Yeah, when I said nice catch earlier, for those that can't watch what's going on, unless you're on YouTube at Hurrdat Sports, Josh had some great hands when my papers went flying. It is a little breezy out, but it's nice for, I would say, the people watching the event today may not be as nice for those playing. The ball flight may be a little bit different.
What's the windiest condition you've ever played in?
Every spring. Our spring tournament's always windy, and when we qualify, so it could get pretty windy. I mean, gusts up to 40, 50 is not out of the question. So you got to hit the ball. You got to flight the ball. It's important to do that to control your ball. Our coach
wind was always at your back too, right? It was always nice.
Yeah, of course.
Perfect.
That's always the case.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Josh. Well, hey, thanks for stepping on and joining the show. We really appreciate your time today. In a sec, we should have Josh Mayer, who is huge on TikTok, a big golf content guy. He'll be stepping in. But go enjoy the rest of the event today. I mean, go check out your teammates. See, maybe criticize them a little bit. Give them some pointers, and then wait. I guess I should ask you one last time. Who do you think's going to win? Do you know?
I would love to see Taylor win, especially after that round yesterday. So I would put him up there. Maybe but it's always hard to follow up a really good round, especially around a 62 here. I'm a little surprised on how low the scores are. So, but it'd be cool to see him win it. Also Akshay, I'd love to see him win it too. I'm a big fan of him.
There you go, Josh. I almost said Taylor. Josh Taylor. I don't know why I said Taylor, because he said
Peters.
Taylor. And then I was going to say Paler, and I'm like, what? That's not right either. So I kind of got...
Well, are you going to give him a nickname?
brain farted there.
Are you going to give him a
Yeah,
nickname?
I'm excited for a nickname for me.
Josh.
Yeah, Josh. Kind of put you on the spot.
Nickname guy.
All right, Millard North, Omaha guy. I'm going to do something with Peters. Peters is probably easier. Puttin Peters?
Peters.
I don't like that. I'm not a huge fan of Puttin Peters.
Puddin.
Puttin Peters? Puttin Peters? He does like country music.
This is going to change his life, so please make it good.
This is really on the spot. Now I'm looking at porter potties.
Porta potty Peters.
I don't need my teammates calling me that.
I'm sure you've heard worse.
Oh, I mean they call me
Peters.
They call me
Pushin'
Pete.
Peters?
Yeah.
Pushin' Pete?
Pushin' Pete.
Last time Anna gave me a nickname, you probably already gotten it, so I'm not going to go with Anna's choice.
Big Ben.
Big Ben. That was so bad.
We might have to tweet it at you later.
Yeah. I'll look for that.
No, we're doing it now. We're doing it live. I don't know. Feelin' Petey.
Feeling Petey. I love it.
I'm going with Feelin' Petey. It didn't really fit. No, it didn't fit the mantra at all, but I'm going with Feelin' Petey.
All right, Feeling Petey.
All right, see you later, Feelin' Petey. Thanks for joining the show. Josh Peters of Omaha Men's Golf, man. Go enjoy the day.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks.
Sorry about Andrew and his nicknames.
I apologize for myself. Josh Merrill joins us next. Very big on the content side of TikTok and Instagram. He's probably doing that off to the side right now. Josh! Probably
said,
heard
yo,
that.
we good?
Oh, we are. Take a seat, Josh. Josh Mayer, exclusive content provider of the Pinnacle Bank Championship here, right? You've been doing a lot of that for the Corn Ferry Tour.
We have, yeah. We've been making some fun videos out there on the range and chopping it up with some guys. Yeah, it's been fun.
Humble flex, Josh. 1.6 million followers on TikTok, over 40,000 on Instagram. I mean, How did you get above 1 million? Come on.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not 100% sure. It just kind of happened. I'm just rolling with it at this point. So
now we talked about a lot of our favorites already on the show. We talked about those tied at the top of the leaderboard, which is Ben Taylor, Taylor Montgomery, and Phillip Knowles. We know you're a big Zach Blair fan. Excuse me. Wearing the hat, the Buck Club.
huge Zach Blair guy. Yeah.
Huge Zach Blair fan. Take us through the Buck Club really fast. What is Zach Blair doing?
So the Buck Club is kind of like his clothing brand, and then it's like, well, it all started. He's like trying to build a golf course,
Right.
and so he then like started a clothing brand. As far as I understand, he started a clothing brand then to kind of build the brand, help fund that, and then eventually he's going to build a golf course in Utah.
And
called
Zach
the Buck
Blair,
Club.
yeah, he's having a great outing here. At the
He is,
Pinnacle
he's crushing. Yeah, I was actually just talking to him on the range yesterday. So he had shoulder surgery, was out for 2 years. So this is kind of his first like month back. He's played the last like 3 events.
Like rehab starts for
Yeah,
him,
right.
of course. Now, we love underdogs on the show. How many times have we said it?
So many.
8 times? We love underdogs. 9 times. Will Gordon is currently an underdog to obtain a card, but not your average weaker party coming into a Sunday PGA Tour experience. He's a guy with a ton of skill, and not to say that it's easy to get to a 2-way tie for third, all said and done, going into these final 18s. But if anybody can do it, it's Gordon, and we're going to give him a little bit of extra luck here. Okay, I should have probably prepared a little bit more for this. But on the podcast today, in honor of the Mustache Man, we are all going to apply some mustaches ourselves.
Great.
And we're going to be big.
Love the Super Mario branding.
Super Mario one.
The Super Mario branding on these guys
We are
too.
all going to be Will Gordon for the rest of the show. This is how we're going to root for.
I do love
our
Will
friend,
Gordon.
Will Gordon. Here
Should
we
I put
go.
mine down?
Yeah, I was gonna say, which way do they?
No, I'm going
We'll give
up.
some
I'm going
to
up.
Grace and Sasha as well here. I just stepped on my my headset. Grace, do you want a mustache?
Mine's a little off-centered.
Grace, hand that to Grace.
How we looking?
I kind of like it down more.
In honor of our buddy Will
Yeah,
Gordon.
Andrew, yours looks weird.
Is it? Is it upside down?
No. I think you have a different one than us.
Are you sure? Is
There
it
you go.
twisted?
Yeah, that's good.
That's
That's how you
right.
want it. That's how you want it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Are you sure though? Isn't Mario's like a little up?
I don't know. You got a picture of him right there on the box.
Yeah, his goes
his
up.
is up. That's true.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's upside down.
Yeah, come on. I had that right.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, ours
Hey,
go down. Well, ours are different.
Feeling the
Ours
stash
go like
life.
down. Yours go up.
No, I think yours is also supposed to go up because he has the curly one.
I thought that
Mario?
looks weird.
Curly? No, I think yours looks weird.
Yeah, I just put it upside down. It's supposed to go this way.
I don't.
Okay, never mind.
It looks okay, right? We're all repping
can't look good in
mustaches
this.
here.
Yeah, I was
on
gonna say,
they
inside the
definitely don't
Pinnacle
look
Bank
good. Yeah.
Championship.
Yeah.
Will Gordon. So I was talking to him yesterday after his round, and of course I had to bring up the mustache again because on day one he's the only golfer that I've seen rocking the mustache this week, and I'm a big fan of mustaches. I don't know why. I can't grow one. Maybe that's why. But when the College World Series was here, I sided with Mississippi because Tim Elko and his luxurious mustache has
Pretty
Hannah's
nice
is
one.
like falling off her face over there.
I know it's hard to talk with these things on. I'm like,
Not for me.
I don't think I'm
You're
gonna
not a
have to be
seasoned
silent.
pro with the mustache. But Will Gordon said he almost cut himself shaving, or he did cut himself shaving yesterday. So I said, you know what, Will, in honor of you, I'm going to wear mustaches on our show tomorrow, and it's going to propel you to one of your best rounds. He's going to win today because we're wearing mustaches for Will Gordon. Write that down.
Love that. Lock that in. Yeah, that's
People
good.
are like looking over here, like, what's going on? But
People are like,
no one's
wow, I
saying
wish I
anything.
could have a mustache.
They're like, it's
Guess
Sunday,
what?
anything goes.
You know what? It's a day for. It's the greatest week. It's the greatest week in sports.
Greatest week in sports.
Kevin Price. It's the greatest week. It's a day for.
I want him
magic.
back on the show too, just to say that one more time.
Maybe we can bring him out just to put on the headset, and that can conclude our day. But outside of Will Gordon, and we're going to talk about Will Gordon a lot the rest of the way. But there are some other great storylines out there. Harrison Endicott currently tied for 41st, coming in 41st. 41. I have had a rough day talking. I almost gave Josh Peters the wrong last name because we were talking about Ben Taylor, and I almost said Paler, and I was like, that's not right. And then I almost said Mailer because we were going to have Mayor on, and I'm like, what is going on in my head? It's Sunday. And so he's tied for 41st and entering the week at 19. His dad is in attendance from Australia, so I really like that side of the
Down
story.
under.
He is down under. All right, Anna.
So they were having some post-round brews the other day.
Were they?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Did you join them?
Kinda. We kind of gave them to him. He was his round on, I guess, Thursday. His dad was stressing out, so after the round, he was like, "Yo, somebody get my dad a beer. He's stressing out too much."
No way.
So then the next day, after the round, he made the cut, and they gave his dad and him a little brewski, and they were cheers.
That's cool.
That's
That's a good
awesome.
time. Yeah, it was fun.
Trevor Cohn, standing at tied for 29th, entered the week at 20. He actually deleted the PGA app and muted all of his social media notifications so that he didn't get any updates on where he's at via the bubble. So a cool storyline there. Anders Albertson is probably in the most stressful of situations. He missed the cut on Friday. Now all he can do is watch and leave his fate in the hands of other golfers here. And really, if people start to climb the rankings, which they have started to do, Anders has fallen to 25th projected finish. And if it gets any dicier than that, he could see himself out of the top 25. So a stressful day for Albertson. Kevin Roy didn't have an ideal Saturday, but still just needs a two-way tied for 43rd to pass Albertson. He has lots of family and friends in attendance too, so just a good showing, a good family affair for the Roy family. Michael Kim, former tour winner. I could keep going on and on down this list. Brandon Harkins and Akshay Bhatia. He's the 20-year-old that you just can't sleep on at this point in the game. He wants his card so bad. Yeah, I mean, he really does. You can just see the fight in him. He birdied 18 yesterday. At 8 under, he's really playing consistently here in Omaha, and don't be surprised if he sneaks in to the top 25.
Yeah, he's a guy that definitely could just like fire some serious birdies out there and go really low today. So yeah.
Now, Josh, because of your content creation status that you carry with you, I had a question that better or not revolves around your experiences just handling athletes, like dealing with athletes and making videos with athletes.
Yeah.
Take me back to a moment in your time where you can just say, like, this is the best video that I made with an athlete. Like, would you say it's this weekend, or could you even date yourself further?
Yeah, I would say, I guess like the biggest athlete I've done a video with was Jason Day out at the
cool.
3M
That's
Open.
sweet.
Yeah, he was like the nicest dude ever too, just like the chillest guy. He was like, I could barely get any questions in with him just because he was asking me so many questions, and like he was really interested in what I was doing and stuff. And yeah, I'm a huge Jason Day fan. I mean, I'm going to be a Jason Day fan for the rest of my life. But yeah, just a cool guy. We put some sandpaper on wedges, so he was spinning those. Just watching him hit was fun, and yeah, just chopping it up with him was a great time. Yeah,
That's cool. Not a lot of people can say that.
No.
I mean, the most contact I ever had with a PGA Pro was Tiger Woods, and I asked him on as a fan, hey, Tiger, what are Saturdays for? And he just blew me off. So I tried. But that's
but
it's a great moment.
you've seen Tiger play, though.
I've seen Tiger play.
I can't say
That's
that.
all,
Yeah,
That's all you need.
Yeah. I really wanted a response, though, because that could have made me as famous as Josh. Now, Josh got famous, though, a lot during COVID, right?
COVID, yeah, for sure.
Because you were just doing videos in your basement.
I was in, I was quarantined in my mother-in-law's basement. I kind of set up shop there, a little home office. And, I was doing, like, trick shots. She had this, like, bookshelf. And I was just kind of messing around doing trick shots on this bookshelf. And one of my trick shots got, like, 30 million views or something like that. And then, it's kind of kept going from there. Took off from there, yeah.
Now, I mentioned a lot of the favorites I have. I said Will Gordon. I also went down the list of some of my favorite storylines. But for you both, question for both of you, what is your favorite to win? Or who is your favorite to win?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm rooting for my man Akshay. We did some content the other day. He's a big social media TikTok guy. So would love to see him get his card. And
do you think what he has in the bag gives him that opportunity?
Dude, you know what? I think he does. Yeah, he had some sick Callaway clubs. He got a lot of like prototypes and stuff. And he told a little story. He was playing a practice round with Phil, and he had just gotten this like prototype Callaway Apex UW or whatever, and Phil looked at it and he's like, yo, what is this? So supposedly Akshay got it in the bag before Phil got it in the bag. So yeah, it was just he's a cool guy, chill guy. Would love to see him get his card, and he's only like 20 years old. So,
right.
Just a great story.
I'm gonna go with Taylor Montgomery. I feel like he deserves it.
No more Andrew Kozan for Anna.
No, he was my favorite before, but
it's all right. I changed mine too.
He's pretty far down the list now, but that's okay.
My favorite didn't make the cut.
I think Taylor Montgomery because it's the perfect redemption story, and I think sports have a good way of giving back to the people that keep coming and keep going.
The golf gods are real.
The golf gods are definitely real. It's the same thing with like the baseball gods. There's always some sort of story with who wins, and I think Taylor has one of the best ones of finishing 26, not only here but in the finals and not quite making the cut, and just came back with so much ambition. And I talked to him yesterday, and I was like, well, like how do you come back after nearly missing out twice and still having that same ambition? He's like, I just let it piss me off, and I use that as fire and motivation to keep going. I think that's super cool because a lot of guys, maybe they would hang it up or try something else or say like, hey, like the cards weren't meant for me. But I think it'll be the different story today for him.
Yeah, Montgomery's a great story. Mm-hmm. A guy that we've talked about it, and we'll beat the dead horse a lot on this guy, but tied for 26th on the Pinnacle Bank Championship, Korn Ferry regular season points total last season. Korn Ferry Tour Finals, same thing, 26th. It hadn't happened until then. He is just somebody that plays for himself. And I think that's the coolest part about him. When he had that chance to play on the U.S. Open, he went and took that opportunity. He foregoed points that he could have had on the Korn Ferry Tour status line, and that ultimately cost him. Well, I shouldn't say that because he could have missed the cut even if he played in that event, but he experienced his dream, and he got to go out and play in the U.S. Open, and now he locked down a spot here and got PGA status going into next season. It's just really cool seeing a guy that did something for himself and just didn't do something just so that he could reach his goal faster, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm all about that. Now, there are a lot of kids out there that have ambitions to be a YouTuber someday. So any pointers for the kids out there, for the people out there that want to be these papers are going everywhere, and that want to be like you and what you do?
Oh man, I would just say you definitely just can't be afraid to look stupid. I would say that's probably the biggest thing. You just can't really care what people think about you or say about you. But other than that, it's fun. Like it's a great time. It's kind of crazy at this point in my life. I'm literally just like making a living, kind of making stupid golf videos and getting to come to cool stuff like this. And but yeah, I would say the biggest thing is just like staying consistent, posting a lot, and just not really worrying about what people think about you. Do what you love, and yeah, it'll all work out.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Anna and I are doing what we love.
Yeah,
Sasha,
yeah,
our
you guys
producer's doing what she loves.
Yeah.
Grace off to the side wearing a mustache. She is
I love
wearing
how they
and
also
doing
wore
what she
mustaches
loves.
too.
Everybody's wearing mustaches.
We need Bill one. Do we have an extra one?
We have an extra mustache.
Bill needs one.
Boss man, you want a mustache right here? No? You're not rooting for Will Gordon today? We're just talking off set at this point. We're getting so distracted. There you go. Chris Gorman, our senior vice president with the oldest camera known to man. He found that
in
what is
in
that guy?
A thrift store on the way here.
That's kind of cool. Does it work?
Yeah. We found out it works today.
Can we see? Can we show it off?
Yeah. How do you even like get the
That's pretty sweet.
video off of that thing?
Oh,
Is it
wow.
just like a little cassette or?
For the people at home,
Wow.
can you tell us what this is? Is this a radar gun? I feel like I saw the cop on the side of the road doing this.
You look like a cop.
Love the like wood paneling on the side too. That's
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
good.
this is beautiful.
Do you think you can make a TikTok on that?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That's some good stuff.
Yeah. All right, so here. No camera, no nothing. You were given this. In 30 seconds, you had to come up and make a TikTok. Let's hear it.
Oh, my goodness. Man. On the spot here. I mean, really, that's pretty heavy. I feel like you could probably hit a golf ball with that thing. I mean, you could legitimately play a par 4 with this guy. Oh, yeah, I mean, you got the wood paneling.
It's a rangefinder.
Yeah, you got the wood paneling on the side there. It seems pretty sturdy. I mean, I think you could definitely putt with it. I mean, it would be interesting to see how it would handle hitting a golf ball, but yeah, not bad.
There you go. I didn't even think about that, but his mind went straight to hitting a golf ball.
Let me use this for...
We're just doing a little show and tell, kind of pass that around there. Yeah.
Whoa, this is really heavy.
It's heavy, yeah, it is. It's got some weight to it.
Super 8. Whoa.
All good content. Maybe we make the rest of our content with this camera. I think that would be something.
That's sweet.
I don't know if our quality would be up to par.
The first selfie ever was probably taken like this.
It was a selfie? A selfie video?
I think it's cool.
Oh, what's up, guys? We're at the Pinnacle Bank Championship.
Okay, I've been flipping it up and down. Okay, look, the hair goes down, so why would the hair go up?
No, I think this one was supposed to go up.
I don't know. We're having a larger controversy on which way the
Mario's mustache. Mario's mustache is shaped up.
But look which way the hair goes. It goes down. Like, here, why would my hair grow upwards? You know? You see how it goes?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you are right. It's got like a little...
It goes up.
You're right,
it goes up for sure.
Yeah.
Another pack so we can make like a little goatee for her.
We did not know.
We can cut it and like just have like...
I have to save this mustache because when Will Gordon gets his PGA card, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm wearing this with him. You can just guarantee it.
Or we can make like unibrows. I'm not doing that.
We can call you Anthony Davis. Well, Josh, hey, thanks for taking some time and joining us. This was really fun.
Absolutely.
Talking a little bit of social media with you and hearing a little bit about your story and how you got so big. So that's awesome. I mean, you're an inspiration to a lot of kids out there, for real.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on here.
Well, this isn't the end. There's plenty of content still to come. Plenty of social media interviews still to be shared, especially when the PGA Tour cards are handed out at the end of the event today. You can catch all of that on Hurrdat Sports social media channels, at Hurrdat Sports on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We'll be pushing out that content all day long. You can also follow Anna on social media at Annabelle Media. Myself, Andrew Rogers TV. Josh, I had yours written down here, at Josh Mayer Golf on TikTok and Instagram. Toss him a follow. He's been one of our favorite guests all week here, and we'll be pushing out a special video with Josh here this afternoon, so stay tuned for that. So many scenarios, so little time. I'm going to pull a page out of our friend Kevin Price's playbook one more time. It's the greatest week in sports, and you'll hear him say it all day long if you are here at the club at Indian Creek for the Pinnacle Bank Championship. For Anna Bellinghausen, our producer, Sasha Durkin, and everyone else that helped make this production possible, I'm Andrew Rogers. This has been Inside the Pinnacle Bank Championship.